some thought around this topic this weekend, listening to a great podcast and really thinking through as a Christian faith, like how do we hold all three, right? Because we kind of know all three are coming in many, many ways. We kind of know this is really how it's going to work. This is going to be difficult because life's going to have these moments. So I want to talk about these in order. And I want to share with you, that again, we see Jesus going through these phases. You could look at the time where he throws the money changers out of the temple, clearly mad. We can look at where then at the end of this great Palm Sunday event, he cries over the city. Mad moves to sad. And then we see at the end, it's all about love. And it's important to understand all three of these because we can't move through them too quickly. I feel like it's we will have times when we're mad. We will have times when we're sad, and we will have times when we're loving. And the trick is to just let it continue to flow through us. And our job is to figure out a focus and to know where we're going. So let's pull this apart just a little bit, with me. And by the way, thank you so much for joining us today. It's always wonderful to have you folks in a conversation during a weekday. First off, with the mad part, like people will do things that hurt you. They will do it. Now, sometimes it's sins of omission or sins of commission. Sins of omission are things that they fail to do. They fail to call. They fail to write. They fail to say hi, whatever that might be. Sins of commission would be somebody deliberately does something that's hurtful to you. And we all experience that. And and the sad part is it goes both ways, right? Like we've done bad things to other people. We've said unkind things. We've missed where we should have been aware. All those things. Very, very true. So that's sort of part one, is understanding that idea of, how do we sort of take a breath back and really there are times where we're going to be mad. And it's not even a choice like a lot of the time. I mean, there's just times where we're upset because we see what someone else has done. Now again, we have to take Jesus's kind of lead on this. And Jesus's anger, when we see Jesus get angry, we always see him getting angry because someone else has been hurt. That is a zeal thing. He never gets angry because somebody has offended him, or you never see in the Bible, like, can you believe what they said about me? And we never see that. We never see that. We do see anger clearly when Jesus feels someone else is being abused. And that could be, putting burdens on them. I mean, any number of different stories. If you're a biblical scholar, I'm sure you could get a bunch coming to mind right now. So the anger is part of the story. And then we see that anger, that madness, it really tries to give way. I think it should give way to a sadness because when you see somebody who's really hurting others, the reality is that's kind of sad. That's sad that they're a hurt person. I think of Richard Rohr's famous comment that if we don't transform our pain, we will transmit it. And that's very true. Like hurt people hurt people. Just it's that simple. And that doesn't mean that we excuse it and just go, oh, that didn't happen, or Pollyannish about it. No, but we can definitely grieve, like, oh, that was a really unhealthy response on their part. A lot must be going on for them. Deeply sad about it. And I think about the work we've done at New Church Live down in the city, and with people who struggle with addiction, and again, we're working with people who are like at a much higher level. Those folks at St. Francis Inn, et cetera, are just amazing human beings, seeing the work they do. And there clearly is a sadness down there. There's this maybe some anger at the way people act out, but then there's this sadness, like, man, they're caught in addiction. Like there's just sadness. It's just a sad thing to be caught in that level of addiction, clearly. And then eventually we get on to the love part. And the love part, that's where we settle. And it's not like a Pollyannish love. It's not a love that just kind of whitewashes everything. It's this deep grounded love. And it's a love, and this is the key word I want to share with you. It's a love that actually is willing to go back looking at this anger, go back looking at this sadness, and being able to engage back into those environments. That's where love will constantly pull us. It's easy to think of, here's the event. I found myself really upset about it. Then eventually I found myself grieving it because, obviously other things are going on. And then here's this love. And it's not like the love kind of shoots us off in a different direction. I mean, it might do that some of the time, which is probably healthy too. We don't want to obsess about stuff. But probably even more importantly, it draws us right back into it. But it draws us back into it with a little bit of a softer eye. Doesn't mean we're not standing for what we need to stand for. Doesn't mean we're not going to say the things that need to be said or do the things that need to be done. It just means we're coming from love now. And that's where, again, we can understand that idea of mercy. And mercy, one definition of it from the Swedenborgian tradition is mercy is love grieving. And I think that's a really beautiful, beautiful way to see it. It's sort of, it has that idea of there's mercy has this idea, we have a love, that love is grieving, that love is hurt, and that love is going to stay connected. That love is going to keep working. That love is going to have some discipline to it. That love is going to have courage to it. That love is going to have fortitude to it. It's going to have all those edges to it that it really needs to have. So the takeaway for today, friends, is that, this week, we will both give offense, that will happen, omission or commission, and we'll also probably be offended. And when you do, you can feel a little upset about that, and just allow yourself to keep being pulled down that path from mad to sad to loving. And then notice how the loving part can bend right back into a much healthier interaction, even if it's hard. So that's the thought for today. Just remember, mad, sad, loving. Where are you on that process? And the big thing is keep it moving. That's simple. So friends, what we're going to do now is we're going to shift gears. When we shift gears here at New Church Live, what we do is we ring a little prayer bell here. I offer a little meditation from the Old Testament, prayer from the New Testament, then a little blessing from the Old, and then we will say hi to folks who've joined us on Facebook this morning. All right, dear friends, let's get a little breath and the prayer bell. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends, a little cheery hello here to folks who might have joined us online. And again, I hope you're all doing quite well this day. I hope you're getting ready for what looks like a very warm 4th of July. So let us take a look and say hi to our friends who are joining us today. All right, just give me a nanosecond here to get it scrolled on up. All right, Gene, good morning to you, my dear friend down there. Marilyn, Marcus, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well, buddy. And now flipping on over, give a little cheery hello over here. All right, and Linda, good morning to you. All right, friends, well, listen, God bless all of you. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you again tomorrow here on